Okay.
All right. Sitting down.
I am Samantha Hines, and I'm a communications major focusing in media production.
I'm Grace. I'm a junior. I'm a dramatic arts and English major. I'm in Chapel Hill right now. Chapel Thrill.
I'm Brandon Mukiji. I'm a junior. I'm a double major in media and journalism and economics.
I'm Jamie Collier. I am a junior, double majoring in ad and PR and media studies. Wow, almost forgot. And let's see, I'm in Charlotte right now. All right.
Yeah, thanks for being here with us, guys. So yeah, if anyone wants to talk about like what the semester so far has been like, I know there hasn't been much of a semester right now. Are you on campus right now, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm living off-campus apartment in Chapel Hill.
Okay, cool.
So how's it been? I guess this semester, especially with all the craziness that was on Franklin Street not too long ago.
Yeah, so I'd say like the semester has still, I think people are like easing in more into like online school. Like
Mm-hmm.
last year, like COVID kind of hit, and then everyone was like, what just happened? And then we were just kind of adjusting to that. And then in the fall, we had this like completely virtual world, and like people were still kind of finding their like kind of groove and like niche in it. But I think this semester people become like just a lot more accustomed to like working from home, and really just kind of doing the college thing from home. I just think we're becoming more comfortable just in this virtual space of sorts.
I think like when we started doing like Zoom classes and everything, I was just like, this is like the worst scenario ever, and I hate this. But like now, I'm kind of like, this isn't like terrible. I'm like, I mean, I don't know if I actually added anything to any what you just said, but I just agree. I think it's like I'm getting used to it. Yeah.
That's interesting because for me, like when we first went to online, I feel like it's been like kind of a roller coaster for me because when we first started, I was like, okay, like like this isn't that bad. It's only gonna be for like maybe the rest of the semester. I don't know. Maybe not even that long. We'll be okay. And as like just like time kept going, I'm like, this is it's still going, and we're still online. I'm kind of getting sick of it because I spend like most of the day at my desk anyway. So yeah, now I'm just like any kind of human interaction, please. Like I just want to go back. I'm done with this.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been fine. I started a job this semester, so
Oh.
I'm a little tired from it, but it's good. I feel a little more responsible and adultish now.
Ooh.
But I'm very tired, and the school is a little less of a priority right now, which is not
Yeah.
good.
I feel like that's a common theme among a lot of students, even myself nowadays. So don't feel like you're alone in that.
I'm like, ugh, what if I just turned off my video for class?
So once I
Man.
turn off my
Man.
video, if I start turning off my video, it's over.
Yeah,
Like
It's over for
I'm
me.
checked out.
Man, they took last semester for granted, or I took last semester for granted because I like rarely would have my video on unless like I really like the teacher. But now for all my classes, they're like, "Excuse me, turn on your video. What are you doing?" So now I always have to have my video on, and I just like I just wanna look at my phone for a second, or I just wanna like get up and walk around. Like, not gonna lie, sometimes now I would consider myself a good student, but sometimes the teacher would just keep explaining the same thing. I don't know if it's because people in my class didn't want to learn, and they're just like, "Oh, could you explain that one more time? Just one more time, please." Or if they just like legitimately could not understand these concepts, which I thought were fairly simple. But I have a Nintendo Switch, and that became my lifeline for some classes. I'm not gonna lie. That was like, if I just couldn't take it anymore, I'm like, time to go to Pokemon, and I'm done.
I recently got a Christmas gift, and it was Mario Kart, and I'm a little ashamed to say, but I've definitely been playing Mario Kart in my classes.
So
100%.
fun.
A
Nice.
So
little
fun.
bit
Oh my
too
gosh.
much. A little
Is
bit
it
too much.
Is it the actual game or like the home circuit thing?
It's the actual Mario
Oh,
Kart.
okay. There's like
game.
one that they have where it's like they have like virtual reality thing you set up, so you can set up like these things in your house
Yeah,
and actually
yeah.
drive a little
wow.
cart.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sick.
that one looks
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not that fancy. I
That's
just have
sick.
2 games.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
that's all you need.
before I went to school, I played through the Zelda Link's Awakening game, which was
Oh,
like,
I have
I
that
was
one. I just finished that last year.
I was like delving back into my childhood. It was great, actually. I loved it. I definitely think
Nintendo,
like,
please sponsor STV so we can continue to
oh
help
yeah,
our mental health.
we can bag that sponsorship, right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I feel like video games, for a lot of people have become like this little escape since we're all online.
Mm-hmm.
And like with Among Us, that became like this like huge. I mean, it just seems to me at least like huger than any other video game has been for a long time.
Can I say an unpopular opinion? Maybe
Oh,
like
no.
I just don't know like the intricacies of like the game and everything, but like I just have not really gotten behind Among Us. Like I don't know. Like
Wow.
I just haven't gotten behind it. Like
I
I don't know.
Game controls
I
are
can see that.
whack, but I still like the game.
I'm wondering, what do you just not find it like interesting, or like what?
Yeah, I think it's
Still
more of just a
fun.
sense that like I don't
Mm.
really find it super interesting. I mean I like the concept, you know, as an
Mhm.
imposter, but like I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know. I feel like there have been a lot of like similar games. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I
Just
don't know
like
what it is about Among Us that got so many people interested. I don't know if
yeah,
part of it is the simplicity, like
yeah,
it
right,
seems so accessible to so many people. But yeah, I think for me, like what makes it fun is like playing it with people I know. I tried
Mhm.
playing it online, but I just couldn't really get into it.
Okay, so it's
It's
interesting that you
funny.
brought this up because I have like thought about this and talked about this with some other people. Because I feel like the issue for me with Among Us, like I still enjoy it, but everybody has the most fun when they're playing the imposter because that's what actually like you're playing an actual game. Otherwise, you're just like, I pray to God that nobody kills me at the beginning. Like, let me swipe
yeah,
my card and go, please.
yeah. And even doing
So
tasks.
there's another, yeah,
Like
there's another game that came out called Project Winter, which I feel like is the more refined version of Among Us. Like, it's not by the same team, but basically, it's a game with like similar, like you have tasks and stuff, but the people who are the imposters, like they're allowed to kill people, and the people who aren't the imposters also can kill people. So, like, if you think somebody's about to kill you, like you might be able to get them before they get
Oh,
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow!
it's
I'm
pretty
looking at
good.
the images online. The animation is pretty cool.
wait, what is it called?
Project Winter.
I like games.
No.
I love games. I love
Mhm.
games. Don't get me wrong. Like Among Us, just not my type of game, but like I love games. I think games
Same here.
bring people together. You know, like
Absolutely, man.
Mhm.
Especially after like the past few months, like that's
yeah,
been before like it was like kind of my way to like hang out with my friends that didn't go to UNC, but now it's like the way I hang out with like basically everybody.
Also, we've been in like this whole COVID lockdown, various levels of that for like almost a year now,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is weird.
that
Grace, do you have
I
something
would
to
have
say?
never ever thought that we would be in
Oh no,
quarantine
I was
now.
just saying 1 year. That's
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like what?
But it is.
I mean, so now that we have I feel like people who care more about the situation that we're in, let me just say. I feel like things
Are
will
in
get
office?
better. Yes. I feel like things will get better a little bit more quickly. I hope, or at least like we'll make some kind of progress.
Listen,
hope so.
I'll say it. I'll say what needs to be said. We have a better and more wiser administration in office and power, and that's all that needs to be said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope. I really hope we move forward quickly.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
hope so
Not even
too.
quickly, just wisely, just and
Yes,
steady,
yeah,
steady.
honestly, yeah, because like I keep
Like not
wanting
going
things to go
backwards,
quickly,
just
but yeah, not backwards. That's the key.
Yeah.
Yes, not yes,
Yeah.
yes. I agree with this. Oh man, because it has been hell.
rough.
Yeah, it's just been bad. Not even on terms of just like, not trying to catch COVID, but as far as like financial situations go and like once again like the human interaction thing, it has just been rough for everybody. So,
Yeah. And like
oof.
going off that like human interaction thing, let's talk about like connecting with classmates and like not just people in our class, but like also people in our university, which I think has been pretty hard since like you don't run across people anymore and you don't really meet up with
Mhm.
people. Yeah, if any of you have anything to say on that.
Well, I
Oh,
personally
sorry. Go
don't
ahead.
meet any new people anymore,
Mm-hmm.
except at my job. But I don't meet any like new students. I don't have any of those new interactions. I interact with the same max
Yeah.
10 people.
It's
now.
kind of a shame. It's like I know there are all these new
Yeah.
students, and I'm sure there are new students that I would get along with and be
I'm
friends
sure
with.
there
Great.
Yeah.
How am
Yeah.
I supposed to know? I've met a couple new people through STB. Like Brandon here.
What's
Mhm.
But like,
up?
yeah. But like, really, overall, like, I don't know anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah,
I want
it's been
to
rough.
I want to pose a question.
mhm.
See,
So like, do you guys think that this like lack of interaction with new people is like actively like impairing your college experience in any way?
I
Given that
think
like
so
college
for
is a
me.
time to like meet like new people who you like normally wouldn't meet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah,
like it happens on two different fronts. Because like I think one of the biggest advantages of going to college now, because I feel like you can learn like basically anything you want on the internet at this point. So one of the biggest advantages of going to college is just having the ability to like network with people, whether it's like you just want to get new friends or you want to learn about like this industry, so you can talk to somebody in like whatever industry, whatever. Now it's made that like much more difficult, and I feel like people, even though they want that interaction, just because we're limited to Zoom, it's almost like I don't know. It's become a weird like social sphere. It definitely has like changed my college experience. I'm hoping senior year, I cross my fingers that like I'm able to go back and like maybe recoup some of that time again, but I don't know. I don't know.
Crossing
Definitely,
them,
yeah.
crossing those fingers.
Yeah.
Pass it to Grace.
I have something to say about that. So I was thinking about that, and I like, but don't you feel like you've kind of gotten used to this lack of interaction that going back? So, like, theoretically, let's just say if back in August, senior year, everything goes back to normal, like, are we really going to be able to do that? Like, actually, like, can you come from, like, from all we've been through for this past year and for the past, and probably for the next few months, are we really going to be able to make that switch of, sure, everything's okay now? Like,
Well,
even if there was like a 99% chance of, I mean, like, of it not like COVID being gone and shit like
mhm.
that, like, would you still be able to make that switch?
I feel like see, here's the interesting thing that I don't know if I've talked about this in previous podcasts, but since junior year has started, I've kind of like developed this fear of like, oh my God, like, am I doing enough to like like when I graduate, like I'll be in a comfortable position, like either with the job or like set up somewhere. So I feel like in terms of that kind of like business aspect, I would probably just push myself to like try and talk to some people, even if I didn't feel like it, because girl not trying to be homeless, girl not trying to be broke. As far as like the social aspect goes, I don't know. Like I feel like STV was honestly like the biggest social like interactions that I had my sophomore year, because freshman I was mostly flying solo. Like unless I met somebody in my class that I really liked, I like, you know what? I think I'm cool. I'm just gonna chill in my room, do whatever. So yeah, I feel like I don't know if things have really like changed as far as like your question is concerned, but yeah, it'd definitely be weird to try and like I don't know if it would feel forced or not, you know, because it's like you've been like boxed up and now it's like, well, now I have the opportunity. Like, should I just go for it or I don't know.
I guess from my perspective, like I was a freshman the year like we went home in March. So this is like my sophomore year. And I think like I didn't do a lot in my freshman year to like get out there and make friends. Like I did, and I like, I met plenty of people and like I had a decent time. But I remember I kept on just thinking about like, okay, well, like eventually I'll get to the point where I'll feel more comfortable like talking to people and like meeting new people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
fine because I have 4 years and I'm gonna get to the point
Uh-huh.
where I'm gonna like
Uh-huh.
do that
Yeah.
more often. Now I'm like,
Sounds
okay,
familiar.
so
Yep.
now I can't do any of that. So I almost feel like when I get back, if it, say I went back to like school and everything was like 100% normal, I almost feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'd be like a different animal, like I just
Yeah.
like want to take advantage of everything because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even know, like I don't want to leave college like not having actually had like
Experiences.
Yeah.
experiences. Yes.
Dude, hit me up. We'll have a good time.
Yes.
I'll give you those experiences. I will show you the way.
Ah,
Yeah.
snap. I don't want to say which professor because I don't know if like this would like get them in trouble or not. But they're like a really, really just like friendly person and like love that kind of social interaction. And they're like, one day when all this is over, like I'd love to have a reunion with my students where we all just like go grab a beer at some place or something and just hang out. I'm like, wow, that honestly if this was like pre-pandemic, I'd be like, I don't know if I would like want to hang out with my teacher like that. But now I'm just like,
Yeah.
call me,
Yeah.
tell me
Call
what
me.
it
Like,
is,
no, hit me
give
up.
me the
Like,
details.
yeah. We were like, I mean, I just feel like so ungrateful. Like, wow. I was getting annoyed because I had to go to like a meeting or like a meeting ran long or like I had to talk to people before class and I wasn't in the mood. But now like I would kill for that. I would kill for someone to waste my time talking to me.
Oh man. Oh, but actually, that brings up an interesting question for me. Since Sam is she's studying in Greece right now. So are you guys doing the in-person thing, do you know, or is it still
Um,
online? Yeah, I know you said like the first week was online, right?
yeah, it's gonna be online at first, but since like it's such a small class, we'll have like we'll have in person classes next week, and hopefully eventually all of them will be in person. Luckily, like Greece right now is in lockdown, so like I can't do a lot right now, but um, they're also in lockdown because they're like trying to like like they're trying. I think they're kind of going into it all with like the idea that like the sooner we close and the more intensely we close, the sooner we can open again.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Which you know what, I'm fine with. I'll take it. So yeah, well, to answer your question, yeah, we will have some in-person classes. I don't know if that'll change, but I'm excited. I haven't been in an in-person class in so long. I'm so thrilled, honestly.
Yeah,
What time
I'm
is it over there
excited
right
for
now?
you.
Right now it is 8:30 p.m.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it's not too late. But yeah, I probably will be going to sleep soon because I have an 8:45 a.m. class tomorrow.
Oh man.
Yay.
Joy.
Oh
That,
man.
that's beat.
Mm.
I
I'm
hope
also
you
just
really enjoy it.
I
I
hope
Yeah.
so
really
too.
do.
I'm terrified of sleeping through classes. This is going to be online because the first week is going to be online, and I just with online classes, like I guess I should be less scared of sleeping through them because I can just wake up and hop on. But for some reason, I'm just like I am more terrified of sleeping through my classes. Anyway,
Have I done
mean-
that?
what? I sorry. I
Have
didn't
I
Grace
hear
is
you.
done
like,
that?
have I done
is the
that?
question.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
absolutely.
mean,
I'm
I-
neither
Yep.
gonna admit
Yeah.
I've
nor.
slept through my classes
I've
before.
slept
Yep.
through. I've slept through a class.
I've signed on to classes with my camera off and fallen asleep.
And then fall asleep. Yeah, I've
Yep.
done that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Oh man. But now with like, oh my god, this was embarrassing. But like for the first couple of weeks, I was still like trying to get adjusted to like normal people time because my sleep schedules once again is terrible. But I would like sign on to my class and it would be like right after lunch too. So like that food coma was hitting hard. So sometimes I'll just be like sitting like this in class. I'm like, oh, like I just tried to stay awake, but
Yeah.
it was getting rough. But now I feel like I've got a handle on it. Like, I know when to eat, when not to eat. And if I gotta turn my camera off, that's just the way it's gotta be. You gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
That's another thing that like I didn't realize that like walking around made so much of a difference in like my energy level. When I just
Mhm.
sit around all day
Yeah.
and just go from like looking at my camera screen to like walking to the kitchen, like it's like I don't have enough energy.
Yeah.
I miss walking.
Yeah.
I
Um,
miss walking too. Can we all take
yeah.
a walk one day?
That would be
Yeah.
nice. That would be
Yeah.
great. Honestly, me and my brother started working
A
out.
walk through campus.
Oh, I haven't. See, that's the crazy thing for me. Like thinking about campus, I'm like, I haven't been there in almost a year, and that's
Bruh.
weird.
Campus.
so
who
weird.
is she, man? Is
Like
she even
literally,
good?
who is she?
she?
Who is she?
I
Like
don't know.
there's so many things that are just changing like in my area as far as like new houses being built or like maybe a new store. I'm like, what has happened to Chapel Hill like in the past year? Like I haven't been back. I'm like, this is
All the stores are gone. That's
Yeah,
what
they're
happened.
gone.
All the
It's down.
restaurants
I
have
know.
closed.
Oh,
It's
that
very
It's really
dead.
sad.
yeah.
It's really sad.
It's
And
yeah,
then
that's
stupid
sad.
new ones open up, and I'm like, no one wants you. Give us Waffle
want
House.
Waffle House
House
is gone.
Waffle House is gone.
Family. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh
Did you not
my
know this?
I
God.
didn't know
Bruh.
that.
It's
Yeah.
been so
Waffle
long
House
since
has
I've been in
been
Chapel Hill.
gone.
Oh
Been
my
gone
god.
for months now.
Wow.
That was the
I
first
know.
place I
I
ate at
did-
in Chapel Hill. My first night
Wow.
at UNC, I ate a
Yeah.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never been to Waffle House, and that was gonna be the first one that I went to.
Oh
Not
man, I'm
anymore.
sorry. Not
Aw.
anymore.
Now you gotta go to
Dang.
Durham for the closest one.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
That
It's
is
so
sad.
sad. Like it was like I feel like it was like the only like staple food that was open past 2 a.m. You know,
And
like
they
like I
cared for you. They
and
were
they cared.
they cared for you.
Yeah.
We were like the pinnacle of hospitality. And then
Although
COVID
I've
described.
never mind. The police in front of the Waffle House though was always intimidating.
Yeah, no.
Like,
yeah,
bro.
What,
You're
in
not-
front of the
you're
Waffle
not.
House?
The police.
I've never seen police in front of the Waffle House.
Oh yeah, on the weekends.
Yeah.
Dude,
on-
at night.
weekends,
Yeah.
Oh, is
the
that
police
late at
always
night?
guarding your Waffle
Yeah,
House.
when
I'm
bars are
not
like
out at
really
Waffle House.
when bars are really popping and like Waffle House was like one of the only places open past like 2 or so. Like a lot of people would tend to congregate there, and so like
Yeah.
there were like police there. There was a police presence,
Mm.
which is very very much intimidating.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah.
The other crazy thing I heard was that the comms building, like they have a new building now. I'm like, what the heck? That was weird.
Oh yeah. One of the buildings on Franklin Street is like being turned into like
Yeah, that's
a
right.
building,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
communications department, which I'm excited about.
I'm also excited about that because the other building seemed like it would be haunted. So that was,
Right, the other building was
I think it's a
really
good
old.
change.
I'm excited because I think it'll be there by the time if I ever get back on campus.
I
Like,
know.
I don't even know.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
we'll be back on campus. We'll be back.
Wow. The Waffle House thing took me for a loop though.
Yeah,
I really did. I was not
I'm
expecting
really
that.
sorry.
You know, ignorance is
places,
bliss. We didn't even
Yeah.
what?
Are any places in Chapel Hill haunted? I mean, like,
Some say
dorm wise and on Franklin wise.
freaking. Oh, I don't know about Franklin. I forget
You mean
which
like-
library
or
they
the
say.
dorms, or the library.
I think it's either Wilson or the one across from it. I forget which one. One of those is like.
Davis.
Oh yeah, some people have said there's like weird things that have happened in Davis. I don't know
Wait.
which floors, but yeah.
Can I take
We're
a
not
poll?
talking about the other thing that happens to Davis.
Oh no.
What happened to
Not the other spooky ghost weird things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to take a poll, and I promise there's going to be no judgment from my end. But like, ghosts, do we believe in them? Do we not? I do not personally.
I do not personally either.
Oh,
I will
my
not judge
gosh.
anyone if they do. I promise.
I've
Right?
seen
I
a
definitely
ghost.
do.
You do?
I've seen
Okay,
a
okay.
ghost.
Definitely do.
Yeah, okay,
My
alright,
mom and my sister have seen them.
Yes.
Hmm.
My mom likes to tell me
I
this
have
like every year or so. But when I was a little girl, she tells the same stories like all the time. But when I was a little girl, I was like talking to like somebody in my room. Like I was the only one in there, but I was talking to somebody. I kept saying like, "Hey D," like blah blah blah. And my mom was like, "Who's D? Like, who are you talking to?" And I was like, "Oh, she looks like grandma." And my grandma had a sister who they called D, and she looked like a lot like her. So she was like, I think like that might be like your guardian angel or something. I'm like,
Whoa.
Oh
yeah,
wow, yeah.
maybe.
That's so cute.
Friendly reminder
is.
that there are good ghosts out there. You know,
Yeah.
like, ghost is
Yeah, they're
not a
not
negative
all.
ghost is not a negative connotation.
I just
Okay.
don't like being watched without my knowledge.
Oh,
That's my
Yeah.
problem
that's
with them in
fair.
general.
I
Like,
feel
like,
I
and
don't
like
know.
feeling that presence, and then you're just like, there's something in here, and I can't see it, but I know it. I
Mhm.
don't like that.
You know
I
what
feel
movie-
like
Oh,
if
go
it was
ahead.
like some kind of negative energy, then I'd be on the same boat. But if it's just like the guardian angel type situation, I'm like, I need all the help I can get. Please watch me. Take care of me, please.
I don't watch a lot of like horror movies, but I had someone get me to watch Hereditary. Is that what it's called? Hereditary?
Ooh.
Hereditary.
Oh
I've
my
heard of
god.
that. What is that about?
Scarred me for life. I think it's a ghost story, if I remember correct. I mean, it's not like a ghost story, but like I think that like either like there are demons possessing people or they're like ghosts. I don't know.
Yeah.
It terrified me. Oh my god. What?
Okay.
Why would you make that? Why would you think of that?
Okay.
There's a scene. Spoiler alert. There's a scene. Do you want me to not say this? It's
I
in-
mean,
No,
I don't know
no,
if I'm
go.
allowed.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
just
I'm
yeah,
not
just
I
go
just wanted
ahead.
to check. I didn't want to like, yeah. There's this scene at the beginning of the movie where this guy, the main character, his little sister has like a peanut, I don't know, it's a peanut allergy or something. Maybe it's not that, but she has an allergy and she gets an allergic reaction and they're really far away from the hospital and he starts freaking out. So he's driving her down the road in his car, like down the highway. And like she can't breathe, and it's this little girl. And like he's driving like way faster than he should be, and she like pulls the window down and she like sticks her head out of the car because like she can't breathe and she's like trying to get some air because she can't breathe, and she literally gets beheaded by a telephone pole on the side of the road.
God.
I will never forget that scene. I literally, oh
God.
my god, oh my god, no, why? No, that was scarier than the rest of the movie. That was terrifying.
That is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
That's
sounding.
oh
Because
man.
like that could happen, like everything that happened, like that had nothing to do with the ghost, like. Ooh.
But it makes you think, right? That whole
Mhm.
situation could have been avoided if someone had an EpiPen. Like, you know, like,
Yeah, right.
the whole situation.
Moral of the
could
story:
been
have an
avoided.
EpiPen.
Moral of the story: have an EpiPen. Like,
Oh man. Wow.
Moral of the
Yeah.
story: have child locks on your door.
yeah.
Yeah. Know what your siblings' allergies are.
Yeah.
and
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of lessons to be gained from very
Yeah.
unfortunate dad. Like
Yeah.
the way
Or
it be
just don't watch
sometimes, man.
horror movies.
Or just don't
Oh,
watch
man.
horror movies.
I
Well,
feel
it
like
doesn't really solve the problem if that happens in real life, but it solves my problem. So.
I'm like not a big horror movie person, but I've like
Mhm.
started to watch more as I've gotten older because like they can be interesting sometimes. Like I watched like Jordan Peele's movies. They make you
Us.
think a lot. Yeah, I saw Us, and I am not kidding. I could not really
So.
look at a mirror without being like
I
I was looking out for like a little bit of like, hey, we're on the same page, right? Like we're good.
Mm.
Oh man, that movie. Oh, and I downloaded the song that they play at the end of the movie because I made like a little video about it. And I was running, and I was running in the gym, and the song came on, and I kid you not, I was like, like what is going on? What is going? I'm like, oh, it's a song, it's a song. It
Mm.
Wait,
was
is that the like the I got 5
yeah. It
Yeah,
was
okay,
that,
yeah.
but
I
like the
love
creepy version.
Yeah, I love that song.
Mm.
It's really
The
good
the
though.
non creepy version.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know how we got into this topic, but
Yeah,
so like school, online school. Um, okay, about motivation and like studying, we've talked about this a little bit before.
Mhm.
You know, I think I have something to say, so I'm just gonna say it. I think when it comes to studying online, like the biggest difference I've noticed is like if I have a class that like it's like a big class and we don't have our cameras on,
Mhm.
and so I sometimes don't fully watch the lectures. Um,
Oh,
or if it's
oh
like
man.
a class where like I mean, I watch all the lectures. I'm sorry, that was wrong. I watch all the lectures.
Oh, okay, good.
And but or if it's like a class where they pre-record lectures and you're supposed to watch them on your own time. I do the best I can. I do the best I can. But those are harder because I think I personally I learn the most when I'm in class, like listening to people lecture
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
get engaged with the
yeah,
class.
absolutely.
And
Because you
it's so
can't pull out your Switch, you know?
it's so
Yeah.
Yeah,
easy to
I
get
mean, you
distracted.
could, but it would be highly frowned
yeah.
upon.
And it's like you know, it's hard to like you're being asked to like to kind of take your education into your own hands in a way that like we haven't before, and like
Uh-huh.
I suppose like that's fine, like I guess it's on me, if I'm not like taking in as much for a class, but I also really appreciate when teachers do like a lot to like help students get engaged in the classwork, and like don't make it easy to get distracted and not do your work or not pay attention to the lectures.
Yeah,
I,
I agree with that.
I don't want to be the bearer of unpopular opinions today, but
Go ahead. This is a discussion.
yeah,
We don't all have to agree.
I personally found that I work better in this virtual format. You know, like pre-COVID when we had
Hmm.
classes, I lived a little farther away, like 10, 15 minutes. And so like whenever I woke up or if I woke up a little late, as I often did, I'd always have to worry about like, okay, how am I like hauling myself to class? And like very often I'd be late for class and I just like wouldn't find my groove in the class because I showed up late. But I feel like virtually there's a lot of like the pressure is just like taken off. You know, like I can just like I wake up in my jammies, just like open up the
Yeah.
Zoom, and
That
I'm
is
more
nice.
relaxed. I'm more relaxed. I'm more comfortable, and like therefore I'm more in tune. But I definitely get what you're saying with like the asynchronous. It's really hard. You have to learn how to like pace yourself, which
Yeah.
is why I prefer like live synchronous virtual
Yeah.
classes. But I don't know. A lot of people have been saying like I don't really rock with this virtual format. I don't really learn very well. But like I found that I personally have just like really meshed with it a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like for me, asynchronous was like not the best thing. Just because I don't know. I feel like what Sam was saying, like I like being able to like listen to the lecture and also like ask questions like as things are going on instead of like watching the lecture and then like thinking about questions and like sending them out as an email, which like I rarely ever did unless like I legitimately did not know what they were talking about. Like there being like a lot less pressure because I feel like the teachers are kind of sending out that vibe as well. Like we know like being online sucks, and like we don't like being online either, to be frank. So we're just trying to make this like a low pressure environment. Like we're still
Yeah.
trying to get our work done, you know, people are trying to get degrees, but we're trying to make it a little bit easier on people. So I see both points of view.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I study a little bit less when we're in online classes in general. It's probably not a good thing, but like
Yeah, there's been a lot of like they like allow more like what's it called? Like you're able to look at your notes more when you're like taking quizzes and stuff. So
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
like whether they want you to or not, like people are doing it. So they're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
everybody just do it.
Notes? You think I take notes?
I appreciate teachers that like change their exam formats so like it works with the fact that you can use your notes, you know, because
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
teachers who just keep it the same as if students aren't going to use their notes, like they are. Like we're in a virtual format, they just are. There's no way to change that. But like I've had exams where like you have to write a little bit about something or like there's just like more effort in different ways. But they
Hmm.
Yeah.
recognize that like it's kind of like there's no way to like force your students to not use their notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it gets to a
And
point
all,
where like if students are being ethical and not using their notes, they're put at a disadvantage, you know?
Mhm.
yeah. And it's funny, Jamie, when you say you've had some accommodating professors, which I can slightly speak to, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like in this virtual world, I feel like a lot of well, not a lot, but some professors have just like gotten this notion that like, okay, since they're at home and they can like use their notes and whatnot, and I don't like personally have like the same level of control that I once had. Like, I've got to make like just the structure of the class that much harder. I feel like a lot
Yeah.
of professors have gotten like I feel like they've gotten like carte blanche to like make their class harder and makes it seem like we're learning more like virtually. But I don't know. I don't know, like personally last semester I felt like just like really stressed at points because like a lot of professors just like mounted that work because we were like virtual and because we weren't having like in-person sessions as much. And I don't know, I found that very disheartening just in the sense of just like, dude, like we're like already really stressed out. But I mean, I've had some really accommodating professors, but I don't know. I feel like I've had some that have just like still been like really rigid, just in like their class structure and the way they just like facilitate the class, and they just really don't give us a lot of breaks, man.
Yeah, I feel that. I could see how it would work out that way. I've been fortunate enough to like not have any professors that are like that, or like if they were like that in the beginning, they were very quick to realize like, oh, like this is not gonna work at all the way I thought it
Right.
would. So yeah, I feel like more professors are starting to be more accommodating about it though, which is good.
Yeah. I do think that like I've had a couple professors who've kind of like had the attitude that like because we're online, like it's easier. Um, which I don't really, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess why like I guess I see why you can kind of have that thought process, but like, it's like the things for all the things that are easier about being online, like always having access to your notes and like having more opportunities to like pay attention when you want to or something. There are like plenty of things that are more difficult.
yeah,
Yeah. I made it sound like I was going to follow up with examples of things that were difficult, but I didn't have any prepared.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming and talking to us today. Yeah, sorry, we recorded a bit long, but
no, this is I had a ton of fun. I liked
awesome.
Oh, that's
it.
good.
So
Yeah,
glad.
Glad you enjoyed.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.